Dr. Swamy. My name is Jay Pachegar. I'm a first year political science student of Maharaja Sirajirao University. You talked about this DNA all thing, that all Indians have same DNA. Why there should be a caste system? Why call one Brahmin or Kshatriya? Why not all Hindustanis? And even Muslims should call them. I mean, your speech was in such a way that you meant that even Muslims should call them Hindus. Why not call everyone Indians?
Well, the word Indian comes from Hindu, huh? So you want the anglicized version of Hindu, but not the original version of Hindu. I didn't say Muslims should call themselves Hindu. I said Hindustani. And by the way, if you read the Muslim press, Urdu press, they refer to India not as Bharat or India. They refer to it as Hindustan. And when Iqbal wrote that lovely verse, Sare Jahan se Hindustan, Sare Jahan se Acha hai Hindustan Hamara. That the word Hindustan is common parlance amongst Muslims. And when you talk to Muslims, privately they all say, yes, yes, my grandfather was so and so from such and such place. But these mullahs, they don't like it, because if you start saying that your ancestors are Hindus, then you will get very close to Hindus and then they may not be able to control them. So I don't know what the problem, but I am saying as far as DNA is concerned, I am not saying anything about the religion. They can practice Islam, because Hindu religion is one religion which says all religions lead to God. We are the only religion which says that, and we are proud of that Hindu tradition. Nobody is to be converted or anything, but to acknowledge that we are Indians, anglicized version of Hindu. I am saying we should say we are all Hindustanis. That's what I mean.
At some point you had mentioned something about decentralization of government. I want to ask that Mahatma Gandhi had advocated the economic growth of the country in terms of like cluster growth, in terms of cooperatives and everything. I want to ask about your take today, whether the cluster growth would work or not.
Well, of course it will work, because it depends on how you define it. See, take for instance cooperative movement, your Anand movement for milk. It is now being successfully replicated all over the country. And so that is one way. The other way is that we have special economic zones, that is cluster growth, where all the inputs and outputs, everything are nearby. But over the period, the main thing about Mahatma Gandhi was that he said you should, the world has, everyone has enough for his need but not for his greed. That is the principle that we should work on, and we should try to be as simple as he wanted all of us to be, and that's what he meant by Swadeshi. These are the things, but there's no need and reason for us to stick to every word that Gandhiji said, because he said it at that occasion. Had he been alive today, such a dynamic man, he would have taken all the new developments into account and reformulated his ideas in a new version.
These days, the principle of marketing is being applied by politicians.
Marketing?
Marketing.
Ah.
You know, in marketing you don't say what the customer wants.
Yeah.
So today, you know, the people are doing what the voter wants. Now, if the voter is uneducated, is backward, what we need really is transformational leader, like Mahatma Gandhi or Swami Vivekananda or people like that, who transform things. Unfortunately, they are following the marketing principle of what the voter wants. And therefore, we are not progressing as fast as we should. Do you agree with this?
Well, I understand the substance of what you are saying, although it's not a pointed question. The fact of the matter is that, yes, when money comes in, then this kind of fake image, this image consciousness that has come, has led to marketing. But we must be transparent. What Mahatma Gandhi was transparent. Vivekananda was transparent. He said what he meant what he said. That has now gone. Now it is, you be careful, don't speak like that, don't speak like this, your image will be spoiled. That is leading to this concept of marketing, and I totally agree with you that we must go back to being frank with our people in politics. Tell the people what can be done, what cannot be done, and people will slowly accept that.
One more question from highly enthusiastic girl.
Yeah.
That would be the last question.
Okay.
I'm Riddhi Gupte from TYP of Maharaja Sajirao University. So you cited examples of Sri Valmiki, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Now we are facing the, I have a question regarding reservation.
Yeah.
Because we are facing this, for general caste we are having just 4 attempts in UPSC examination. I'm talking about central government examination. While reservation has been made for SC, ST, BC. Why this, sir?
Well, first of all, let me say the principle of reservation that I accept is that if a community has never been the ruling class in this country, then that community is qualified to get reservation. That means that Brahmins, Kshatriyas, they cannot get reservation even if they are poor. They can get scholarship, they can get loans on easy terms, etc. Similarly, Muslims and Christians also cannot get reservation because they have been ruling classes. Muslims ruled this country for 800 years and Christians ruled it for 200 years. So they cannot get. Nor can Yadavas and Jats, they have also been ruling classes. They also cannot get. But scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, they have never been ruling classes and they have been exploited, they have been discriminated against. And furthermore, in 1932, if Dr. Ambedkar had not made that sacrifice when Mahatma Gandhi was fasting and told the British, we don't want your separate electorate system. We knew, of course everybody knew the mischief the British did. They offered the Muslims a separate electorate and Jinnah accepted. That means Muslims will only vote for Muslims. That led to the partition of India. And at that time, the second mischief they did is that for scheduled caste they said, we'll give you separate electorate. And Mahatma Gandhi went on fast on to death. He said, this is the end of India. And Ambedkar had the guts to tell, now I agree with Mahatma Gandhi. And he informed the British, we don't want your separate electorate. At that time, Mahatma Gandhi made a promise that when India becomes free, we will make reservations for you in jobs. I think personally we can modify that by saying any family which has got 1 or 2 generations of reservations, they should not get it in the third generation or the second generation. The creamy layer part which the Supreme Court has talked about. But as far as scheduled castes and scheduled tribes are concerned, we should continue the reservations for them. But as far as everybody else is concerned, they've all been ruling classes in this country. They can get scholarships, they can get loans. Of course, the Yadavas and the Jats and all have already got reservation. But we should persuade them, we should talk with them, bring them over and make them give it up. And so that the country will, over a period of time, slowly move towards a zero reservation policy.
Thank you, sir.